Hello. I'm going to introduce a few books that I've recorded. A couple of years ago, I went into the bookstore here at CTDB to get a Christmas gift of some book recordings for my daughter. And when I checked them before I sent them, I realized they were all recorded computer voices. So I decided to record my own books. And I enjoyed it so much I kept going, and I've recorded a whole bunch of them so far. Here's what they look like. You can see there. These are all the books I've recorded. So I'll go through them and talk about where you can get a link to listen to them if you like to have something to enjoy while you're driving. That's how I initially started recording books years and years, a couple of decades ago, because I found that in books very good listening material. So I recorded a lot of the books that I've read over the years. But these books here are just from CTDB that I'm going to go through. So I didn't record all of the Flower Adornment Sutra, but I recorded all the volumes of Entering the Dharma Realm, which is, let's see here, two, four, six, 8 volumes. So these are all recorded. You can listen to them if you choose. This is one of the most amazing books of all time for opening the mind and picturing reality. It's a meditation in itself. It doesn't teach what meditation is. It is meditation. And it opens the mind, expands the mind, and takes you into the Dharma realm. That's what it's about. So, actually, it looks like I might have recorded more volumes. I just found 2 more. So anyway, it's all of Entering the Dharma Realm. Then the next couple of books I recorded was, these are great. The Master's Dharma Talks, Volume 1 and 2. These are wonderful talks on the early days of Gold Mountain and early days of City of 10,000 Buddhas. So you might want to listen to these. This is good listening material. Aside from Entering the Dharma Realm, my favorite book of all of them, as far as just great, really great commentary from the Master, is David Fox's The Essentials of the Dharma Blossom Sutra. And was done before the Gold Mountain days. And I believe his lay name is, his grown name is, he was Hung Chen. That's his bhikshu name. So he did a really great job on this. And I think he had a considerable understanding and to do it as well as he had. And this is loaded with really good instructions on Dharma practice, more than any of the books that I've recorded. He had lots of access to the Master. He really thought about the work, and he was pretty much in seclusion when he translated it. And it's wonderful. It reads really very, very well. It's really hard to pick a favorite because they're all very unique in their own ways. The other group of books I recorded is here. The Song of Enlightenment by Young Jia, of course, everybody's familiar with. It's a favorite amongst Buddhists everywhere. So this is a very short work. It's about 100 pages. It's beautiful poetry that just came from his experience, a description of his experience when his mind awoke. Everyone Must Know This, Touching Ground by Tim Testu. This is a wonderful book. It talks about his bowing pilgrimage from October 16th, 1973 to August 17th, 1974. And Hung-ju and Hung-yo, they bowed 1,100 miles on the, Northern California and Oregon and Washington coast. A brutal pilgrimage. Hung-ju's humor and comes through a lot in this book, and it's a very, very good read. It's a docu-novel. The other book, of course, is very important, the Shurangama Sutra. This one I like so much that I've recorded it 3 times, the whole book and the commentary. It's just amazing. It's so good for practice. The more you read it and listen to it, the more you get out of it. And that's why I re-recorded it a bunch of times. Actually, the first time I recorded the whole book, I discovered the mic was almost off. But I didn't mind doing it again. And I did it a 3rd time, maybe even a 4th, I don't remember. But the best version turned out to be 2020. This year I set out to record it again, and I listened to the 2020 version in its entirety first, and I realized I probably can't do any better than that. So I still, of course, recite the mantra every day for quite some time. And I do the analytical meditations that are included in the book, which are so important to get the most out of the mantra themselves. The next book that I recorded is the 6th Patriarch Sutra. This is really wonderful, of course. Everybody knows that. I mean, how can you not love the 6th Patriarch Sutra? It's just full of stories about meetings with the master, dialogues with the master. And sometimes they're very advanced people, and then sometimes they're very ordinary villagers and workers, farmers, and often practitioners too, and government officials. And the way the master so skillfully handles the questions and that they bring to him, and sometimes even confrontational, is really wonderful and illuminating, because it's so many of the questions that we might have in our own mind. So I also recorded this. So if you just go to YouTube under Richard Josephson, you'll find you'll find this video and a link to recording. Actually, I'm going to post a QR code that you can just scan with your phone, and it will take you directly to where you can download all of these books, or one of them individually. You can also download them. So one or all, as you choose, or one at a time. To download them all would take a considerable amount of time, but if you download one at a time, it's probably each book, the medium length book like the Shurangama would probably take a half hour or so to download, and depending on your internet connection. Then you have about 10 hours of recording on that download of the Shurangama. Maybe a little more, maybe closer to 12 or 15 hours. I don't remember right now. I'm sorry. So it's all there. So again, Richard, you'll find it on forthcoming with the QR code and all, which I will include. Okay, enjoy.